Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah wa ba'd. Today we're going to be covering the last juz, or the last 1/30th of the Quran, because Ramadan is almost over. So the 30th juz consists of surahs 78 to 114. And pretty much it keeps on going in descending order of length for the most part. So we're going to pick just one surah to look at, and that's one of the shortest surahs in the entire Quran, which is chapter 103, which is Surah Al-Asr. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala begins and says, after Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Wal Asr. Wal Asr means by time. So by time means that Allah is swearing by time. Now, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala swears by something, He is swearing by something that He created in order to give it importance so that people who are reading the Quran realize the seriousness of the thing that He created. So Allah swears by the dawn. It says, Wal Fajr. Allah swears by the sun. Wal Shamsi wal Duhaha. Allah swears by the moon. Wal Qamar. Also, Allah swears by the early morning, wal-duha. So Allah swears by many different things, and all of them are something significant within creation. So when Allah swears by it, He's indicating the importance of it. So when Allah swears by time, by saying wal asr, meaning He is explaining the importance of time. That's why Allah is swearing by it, because He's the one who created time. Right? Time is this perception that we have that things are changing. Time is something really perceived, right? So this is what we mean by, this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala means by saying wal asr. He swears by time. Now, when we look at time, right, this is something that a lot of us are feeling right now. We're feeling like Ramadan has just gone by so quickly. We almost wonder, how it always feels like something that we wish we had more time for. It seems like it passes by quickly. So Ramadan passed by really fast, and people feel like, it was just a few days ago that Ramadan began. It just kind of just went by very quickly. And that's how time is. Time tends to pass, especially when it comes to things that you wish you had more time for. That time passes quickly. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala swears by that, wal asr. And then He says, Innal insana lafi khusr. That indeed mankind or humankind is in loss. Right? So Allah first swears by time, and then He says, people are going to be in loss. Right? Khusr means you've lost something. Like if you invest your money in some investment, stock market or something like that, many people have lost a lot of money, especially in their retirement accounts. In the stock market, due to COVID-19, there was a big loss in their investment. So Allah is saying that time is like an investment. And a lot of people, when time passes by, with the passage of time, people are in loss because they did not utilize that time in the right way. So Allah is giving us this example that the biggest thing that you can lose is lost time. If you think about this, the Prophet ﷺ, he said in an authentic hadith, he said, "Ni'matani maghbunun fihima kathirun minan nas." He said that there are two blessings which most people are cheated out of. Most people lose. And He said, as-sihhatu wal-faragh, good health and free time. So many people are given generally, most people are given pretty good health. They're able to function, they're able to do things. And they're given time. Time that, they have free time to do some good things during that time. But most people, according to the Prophet, most people, they are going to waste both of those blessings, and one of them is free time. This is exactly what Allah is mentioning here in the Quran, is that people are in loss. Why are they in loss? Because and not only does it say that they're in loss, by the way, it says that they're fi khusr, they're in loss, meaning they are drowned in loss, right? It's like being drowned in debt. You're drowned in loss. You're immersed in loss. That's how bad it gets. So the lesson here is that if Allah is saying that, it is reminding us that, hey, wait a minute, you should try your best to not fall into that loss, even though it's going to happen to many people. Don't let another day go by, right, where you are continuing to lose. You keep on losing time. Time is going by. So when it comes to things that you should be doing, right, sleep on time, right, outside of Ramadan. A lot of people, they just stay up late at night, wasting time. They're not really doing anything. They're not accomplishing anything with their lives. They'll be watching movies late at night or something like that. Do something with your time. Do something beneficial that actually has some benefit, whether it's an akhirah benefit or it's a dunya benefit, right? You know, dunya benefit, do something, it's exercise, work, support your family. Dunya, worldly benefit. There's akhirah benefit, feed some poor people, do some charity, read some Quran. There's a otherworldly benefit. Inshallah, you get good deeds for that. But don't waste your time doing absolutely nothing, which achieves nothing. Really, it doesn't accomplish anything. We shouldn't waste so much time. We should be careful about that, right? So be careful about your time. And if you lose your time, then nothing else matters, right? Like, it's not going to be able to help you. Even if you had all the money in the world, you had all the friends in the world, you had all the love from people in the world. If you didn't have time, you wouldn't be able to benefit from that in any way, shape, or form. And then Allah says, after explaining the general principle that people are in loss, they're immersed, they're drowned in loss. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, except those who believe, وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, and perform righteous deeds, perform good deeds, right? So it's basically saying that, one way for you to not be in loss is if you have belief and you do good deeds, because that's the criteria for your deeds being accepted. وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالْحَقِّ وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ, and you encourage one another towards the truth, and you encourage one another towards patience. Basically, so if you can be in this category of people who believe, people who do good deeds, and then actions, examples of good deeds are encouraging one another, right? Find good company, find good friends, and encourage one another towards the truth. Remind each other, this is what is right, this is what is wrong. So giving that, not only saying what is right, but encouraging people to do the right thing. That is very important. To believe in the truth of what is right and wrong, that is extremely important. And lastly, number 4, وَتَوَاصَوْا بِالصَّبْرِ, and they remind one another, they encourage one another towards patience. Right? So it's easy to just simply say, be patient. But encouraging someone, say, be patient. Come on, I know you can do it. But I know this situation you're going through right now in your life is difficult. Your parents are being difficult with you. Your children are giving you a hard time. Your husband is, needs a lot of work, or your wife, it's going to take some time before she's able to, be a good spouse. Be patient with that, and you encourage them to be patient as well. And of course, give them some good advice and all of that. You're going through difficulty, you're sick, you're ill. Be patient, it's going to be okay. Right now, we're going through a lockdown, coronavirus. We're in California over here. We're probably going to be the last state to open up, regardless of whether the president has issued orders for all houses of worship to open. There's going to be some fight between the governor of California and the president. We can be patient. It's okay. We don't need to rush to say, we must do this immediately. We encourage one another towards patience when there's good in being patient, right? And there's good in being patient in many cases, right? When there's nothing you can do, when there's nothing for you to actually do but wait, that's especially when we have to remind one another. right? Remind one another towards the truth. Why are we here in this world? Remind one another that, you know what, we need to realize that this is a test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What we're going through, it's okay. So be careful, utilize your time, take time, read, make sure, a lot of people, the biggest waste of time, the biggest loss of time that I'm noticing for people is that a lot of people today, they don't read. This is a huge problem. They simply don't read. They don't read books. They will not even read articles. There are analysis of internet users in terms of how their eyes move. They don't even read a blog post, how their eyes move. Now it's gotten so small that if they want a Twitter little tweet to be 140 or 280 or whatever characters they're at now, they want little sound bites and little tiny clips of information. Why? Because people are saying, I don't have time. It's too much to read. I don't have time to read something, right? So this is a problem because they have time, but what they're doing is they're wasting their time, right? Same thing when people comes to working. Many people, especially young people, they don't want to get a job. They're like, yeah, I don't want to get a job. Do something with your time. Go work, get a job, rather than sitting around at home all day. I mean, maybe a little bit difficult in this circumstance, but still, you can still find a job. Instead of sitting around all day doing nothing, binge watching movies, sitting, flipping on your phone, just flipping through your news feed on your social media, do something, right? Work, do something productive, do something, do something beneficial. And one of the biggest problems that we see when people are wasting their time is that it starts to mess with their mind. It messes with their heart. And you find that for a lot of people, they're going through difficulties in life. They're going through doubts about Islam. They're going through doubts about their own gender, whether they're trapped in the wrong body, all this transgenderism movement, all of that stuff. A lot of these issues, they all come back down to people not utilizing their time because they're too busy with their mind floating around and thinking about all sorts of weird issues, and it just causes massive confusion. So stay busy. This is my advice to everyone and myself. I'm speaking to myself first and foremost because I definitely need to work on it. Stay busy with something that is beneficial, something that is beneficial in this dunya or something that is beneficial in this akhirah. Don't accept the third thing. So stay busy, utilize your time before it is gone, because once that time is gone, it can never be reclaimed again. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us in the time that we have been given. We ask Allah to help us to utilize our time in the best of manners. Ameen. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdik. Nastaghfiruka Allah wa natubu ilayk. And out of respect for time, we will end early today. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.